Section 1 of the Sherman Act prohibits practices that unreasonably restrain marketplace competition. In Smith v. Pro Football Incorporated, the court considered whether a professional sport league's player draft violates Section 1 if it restricts economic competition but promotes equal competition within the sport. Since 1935, the National Football League has held yearly player drafts in which each team selects eligible college players to join the team. The league's draft protocol included a no tampering rule, which prohibited teams from negotiating with players before the draft or with players selected by other teams. In other words, only a single team held the right to negotiate with any given player. If an eligible player wasn't signed by the team holding that negotiation right, then the player couldn't be drafted by another team. In 1968, the league's Washington Redskins team drafted James Smith. During Smith's first season, he suffered a career-ending neck injury. 2 years later, Smith sued the league and Pro Football Incorporated, the company that operated Washington's team, in federal district court. Smith alleged that the league's draft violated Section 1 of the Sherman Act. Smith asserted that had he negotiated with other teams, he would have obtained a more valuable contract. Therefore, Smith claimed that the no tampering rule unreasonably restricted competition. But the league argued that the draft promoted a competitive balance within the sport, which ultimately maximized the league's economic benefit. The district court found in Smith's favor, holding that the league's draft was a group boycott that was a per se violation of the act. The court further held that, even if the draft weren't a violation per se, under the rule of reason standard, the draft was an unreasonable restraint because its anti-competitive effects outweighed any pro-competitive benefits it provided. The league and the team appealed to the District of Columbia Circuit.